All right, so the next step on these frames right here is I'm going to double check a few things. Now, Anthony, I don't think we had this in our video, but why do you think we labeled this 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4?
So that we can match them up.
And did we double check these before we took that dado blade out to make sure that we had them down pretty good?
100%.
And, well, I wouldn't say they're 100%, but I'd say they're probably like 99.9, yeah. That's all fine and dandy. So, the dado blade, if we take a look at this right here, does the dado blade leave a little bit of a rough surface? Yeah. And the rough surface is kind of nice because it'll get a nice glue adhesion, but there might be a little bit here and there that we want to chip out, or that sand out so that it fits just a little bit smoother. So let's go over how to do that. Just gonna take your block sand. It's got a piece of 120 on it here. Now listen, this is definitely the scenario of less is more. I'm gonna tighten this up a little bit for you too.
You know, I'm excited for it. I still want to
So watch this here. I'm just gonna take this. Come over here, neck, please. Lightly sand that. Did I sand that for a while?
Yeah.
Like 5, 6 strokes, right?
Yeah.
And it'll come over here, we'll do the same thing. Since I'm right-handed, what I'm going to tell you to do is go like this. That's it, all right? Do not do a lot because I do not want you guys to overly do it. But check that out. I mean, that fits maybe 99.99%. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get these things all the way. It is possible at some time that these right here, see how these are maybe just a little bit, see how there's like a little bit of a lip right here, and there's a little bit of a lip over here. We're going to double check all of yours, and if all of yours do that, what we might do is we might take this back over the table saw and take that little bit of the hair out right here so that we don't have to take a little bit out later on. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and let's sand these up. We're going to cut back into the video here in a little bit and see how everything fits together, and we'll make any adjustments we need to. All right? So last time we left off here a little bit, we were talking about maybe having to take a little bit off of these projects right here. And we're not going to. The reason being is because if we take any more off of this right here, it's actually going to make this bottom one stick out a little bit past. It's already sticking out a smidgen already right there. So whatever little bit that we have that we need to blend in, we will. We'll probably just use a piece of sandpaper and lightly blend that in. And if there's anything that's major, then we'll set up with the table saw and we'll take a little bit off that way. So first thing that we're going to do, we're just going to kind of put this thing together dry, see how it fits. Okay, that looks good. Decently square right here. How can we really check this thing for square?
We measure.
And what are we looking for?
The crosswise.
Equal corner to corner. That's 35. 35 and an eighth. So we're going to be looking for 35 and a 16th when we put it together. So right now we're within a 16th inch of square because we're talking an eighth one way and an eighth the other way. So we're ready to go ahead and put this thing together. I think it feels pretty good. It's kind of one of those jobs where you might need a couple of helping hands to do this. So let's go over and get her done here. I'm just gonna use this red glue because it's a little bit extra time. So look, I'm gonna put some right here and then a little bit in my shoulder. We're also gonna do the same thing down here. A little bit in my shoulder. And then we'll put this on like this. Oh, one other shoulder. Forgot. That shoulder. The shoulder. Alright. A little bit of squeeze out. We're going to take this right here and we're going to open it up. Go ahead and grab one of yours down there. Now, I started off with all these being open to the same area, roughly. I'm just going to snug this one here up a little bit right in my corner. And I'm going to wiggle a little bit. Go ahead and tighten that up for me, please, Ryan. And what I'm doing right now is I'm shoving these shoulders together. All right, they're pretty snug. Just going to double check with our square a little bit. It's looking right on the money. I like that. Let's go ahead and do this one down here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna kind of hold this together for you. That's good. And then we'll come down here. Just gonna double check this here real quick. That one is also right on the money. And we'll open this here up.
There. I'll pull the top.
Put our, don't worry too much about the wet paper towel quite yet. This is a rather sloppy job to do. You're going to get glue kind of everywhere. It is obviously very important that we get a majority of it here out so that we don't have to sand it out later on. Same thing on to this one right here. Now, I have these, I remember I told you guys I had these things all set up at the same spot and we just bring them down. Ryan, can you slide it up a little bit for me, buddy? Ready, try to smidge. Hold it, hold it, hold it. All right, go a little more. Good, good. Yeah, let me come down. Yep. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And let's grab a, well, let me show you something. Let's go ahead and wipe the glue off here real quick so I don't lay my tape measure on it. So I want to get this top side for sure. Inside is the super big one. All right, the outside. Are we working on our front sides too right now?
No idea.
Yeah. Remember we laid everything out. We can obviously take a little more glue out later on. How can we get these nooks and crannies too? Do you guys remember?
The scraper.
Yeah, like a, well, either a scraper or a flat blade. So here's what we're gonna do. Now, why don't you do this? Can you see that half-inch mark? Make sure I'm right on the half-inch, right on that crease. Does that make sense? Am I there? Right on the half-inch?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Or are you just guessing? I mean, it's a pretty easy question.
No, that's there.
Okay. So I'm at 31.5 roughly. You're gonna do the same thing over here. See how that half-inch wants to be right in that thing? I forgot that measurement already. What was it? 31. This one's 31.5 light. I'm gonna double check that again. Can you hold that to half-inch again, please? Right in that crease. This one's 31.5 light too, so that's looking mighty fine right there. I'll take this back real quick. We can double check it if we want to. Grab a real big square, we could have too. But this one here shows it's perfectly square. Perfectly square. That's perfectly square. This thing's looking really good. So obviously our big ticket items to clean up is going to be inside this corner right here because there is 2 pieces of trim that are going to go on this inside. And if we don't have these cleaned out, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Are we tight right here?
Yeah.
We tight right here?
Yeah.
And here?
Yeah.
And here?
Yeah.
Looking pretty good. If it wasn't tight, let me show you guys something real quick. I grab a big bar of that. Could open this bad boy here up. I could just lay it flat like this. Now, when we do this though, I'd want to bring it down in this way a little bit. And I can just snug this up ever so slightly. Looks pretty good. Got a little bit of a squeeze out right here. I like the way that looks. You're not going to need a lot of, like if we do need to pull it together like this, you're not going to need a lot of pressure. You understand? Like this is barely snugging it up. I like the way it looks. I think if we let this set here, you know, for an hour, we're going to be in great shape. We double, triple, quadruple checked it. We got a really good glue joint because we got 2 shoulders and the half flap, so we're going to be in really good shape for this here. That's all there is to it. Putting this together, many hands makes it all work, and I think you guys will be in great shape.